Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Ended up meeting this dude named Ray from Brooklyn, New York. Now, I was put in a hole for 6 months for having something in my cell that I had no business having in my cell. In fact, I believe somebody dropped a dime on me because, well, me and my crew was applying too much pressure. So they dropped a dime on me, and me and my whole crew ended up getting shipped off. Some people went to different prisons. Some of us went to the hole. And, well, this ain't about that. This is about when I met this dude named Ray from Brooklyn. So they got me down there, and I might be in my 3rd week of being in the hole. Now, you can't talk to other inmates except through the vent. So I got on the vent, and I'm like, yo, anybody out there? Anybody out there? So the guy, Ray, like, yeah, this Ray. I'm from Brooklyn. I said, okay, this Dante. I'm from Michigan. He like, oh, okay, what's up? Oh, I heard about you. You Dante, right? I said, yeah, that's me. He like, okay, cool, bro. What's good, bro? I said, well, nothing. He like, how much time they give you? Oh, man, I got 6 months. They gave you 6 months? I said, yeah. But shoot, man, they gave me 3 months. Shoot, I'll be back out in about another month, man. I done did 2 months back here. I said, all right. So I said, hey, did they give you any books? He was like, yeah, I got a couple Harry Potter books in here. You want to read one? I said, yeah, that'd be cool. He like, all right, bet. So as the days will go on, me and him will be talking. So I asked him one day, I said, yo, what did you do to get in here? And he was like, what, in the hole? I said, no, like in prison. He was like, man, okay, so basically, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, and you know how those Brooklyn cats is. I said, okay. He said, so I'm down there in Detroit, and I done moved in with this chick I done met off the internet or whatever. I said, okay. He said, so long story short, you know, this chick tell me that she was going to take care of me. I ain't got to work. I ain't got to do nothing. So the way I look at it, you know, this a lick for me. So he say she sent him a bus ticket from the Greyhound. So when he get there, she picks him up. Now, he tells me that she tell him that she got a condo downtown Detroit. She drive a Mercedes Benz. She got money, everything good, everything straight. She have no kids. So he said when she picks him up, you know, I said, wait, you ain't see nothing wrong for her, you know, her being a baller or whatever. She couldn't send you a airplane ticket? He like, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, it's still a free ticket either way, you know, whether I catch the bus or the airplane anyway. But yeah, come to think about it anyway. So he said when she pulls up in the station wagon. And we not talking about the new wagons of today, them $80,000, $90,000 trucks. We talking about a station wagon. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, he say she pulled up in the station wagon. So he like, well, maybe her Benz is in the shop and this might be a loaner car. But anyway, I mean, she do look like the person off the internet. So it is what it is. So he say, he looking in there, and she like, come on, baby, let's go. So he take his bags, he put them in the back, he get in the passenger seat. So he say, as they talking, he looking around and he see like kid toys and, you know, McDonald's residue and, you know what I'm saying? So he like, you got any kids? He was like, okay, listen, I got to be honest with you. I do have 4 kids, but my mama, she helps out. And actually, my mama, she stays at the house where I live at. So he was like, you know, you ain't have to lie to me about that. You know, I'm good with kids. I'm cool with kids or whatever. So she like, you are? He like, yeah. So she like, okay, cool. So she like, you want anything to eat? You good? He was like, no, I ate a lot of Subway coming here. So I'm just trying to get to the crib and, you know, jump in the shower and we good. So she was like, that's another thing. My water is cut off, but it'll be on in a couple of days because they working on like some pipes or whatever. So we're just gonna go to the hotel for today. So he was like, oh, okay, no sweat. We good. So he say that they end up going to this decent hotel. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good at all. So he said when they get to the hotel, he just thinking to himself like, man, she talking about she make all this money, but some of this stuff ain't adding up. But anyway, it is what it is. So he said he go in there, he take a shower, he good. So he said when he get out the shower, she laying there on the bed and like, yo, is you gonna give me some or what? So he said, man, I just dived right up in it and I took care of my business. So he said that after he did what he did, he goes to sleep. So he say everything was cool the rest of the night. They was watching Home Alone. They was watching a lot of old school movies. Let me ask y'all a question right quick. This for the audience. This for my 90s and 80s people. Which one is your favorite Home Alone? Is it Home Alone 1 when he at the house or Home Alone 2 Lost in New York? Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite Home Alone. All right, so he say the next day, he packing up. They end up going to Denny's. So he say he orders food, they eating, conversation good. So he say right before they about to leave, she tells like, hey, I gotta tell you something. He like, what is it? She like, okay, I don't have a condo downtown Detroit. He like, okay, well then what do you, like, what's up? She like, I actually live in the hood. And he was like, okay, why you felt the need to lie to me? She was like, I don't know. I just thought that you were so fine. And if I told you that, you was coming here to Detroit, to the hood, you probably wouldn't have came. He like, man, girl, check this out. I'm from the hood. I'm from Brooklyn. Girl, I ain't tripping about that. So she was like, so you good with that? He was like, yeah. So he was like, wait. Let me ask you a question. Now, do your baby daddies be coming through? Like how many, I didn't even ask you how many child fathers do you got? She was like, well, I got 4. 4? Yeah. So you got different baby daddies for each kid? She was like, yeah. So he was like, is they in a life? She was like, no. They all deadbeats. They ain't nothing. So he was like, listen, I just don't want to get caught up in no drama. Are you sure? She said, that's it. I ain't lie about anything else. That was it. So he was like, okay, it's all right. He was like, wait. So what about the water situation? She was like, yeah, that's true. The water is messed up. So, it's they fixing on the pipes on the street. So he like, all right, cool, say less. So they get in the car. Now they going to the east side of Detroit. Now there's a street called Barlow. It's maybe, I want to say it's off of Gratiot, but I'm not. Let me know in the comment section, y'all. I ain't been to the D in a long time in that area. But what street is Osborne High School? It's on Gratiot, ain't it? Or is it on 7 Mile? But anyway, so as they pass Osborne High School and they approaching Barlow Street, they hit a left. Now, this is the summertime, y'all. So you see people outside, just walking down the street, and you see a fire hydrant that's open, and kids playing in a hot fire hydrant. Then down right here, you see somebody with the water hose, and there's water running. So he thinking to himself like, hey, I thought she said that they was fixing on the pipes. How is the water just abundance out here like that? So he's like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so he say that they pulls up to this house, and it don't look too bad, but it's trash in the yard, and he a couple of kids right there. So he say he get out the car. So he said when he get out, some guy come from around, and he like, what's up, girl? Now this dude that I'm talking to, that's telling me the story, he about 6'2", maybe 270, 280. He not in shape, but he not fat neither. But he got some build to him just a little bit. So he say he ain't worried about this dude coming around. He thinking this her brother or cousin or somebody, maybe somebody's watching the kids or whatever. But it's one of her baby daddies. So the dude walk up to her like, what up, girl? Where you been at? Why you been answering your phone? So she was like, you ain't my man. I ain't got an answer to you. He was like, well, listen, I got to end up going to work. Who this dude? This your new boyfriend or something? So she was like, dude, whatever, get out of here, man. Where my keys at? So he was like, here you go, but I got to go. So when the baby daddy get in the car and pull off, he tell her like, yo, I thought you said they all deadbeats and they not in their lives. So she was like, well, in order for us to went on this date for me to pick you up, so I had to have somebody watch the kids. So he was like, I thought you said never mind. So she was like, okay, like what? I mean, you're cool. I lied about a couple of things. So what? So he like, all right, man, whatever. So you got the kids, the neighborhood kids coming over. He in the house trying to put his stuff up. Her bad kids. She got a 16-year-old girl. She got a 14-year-old son, a 10-year-old son, and a 7-year-old son. So, and these kids is ratchet. These kids is ratchet. They cussing. They like, you trying to F my mama? You trying to F my mama? Stuff like that. Like, real ratchet. Ugh. Anyway, so he like, yo, where your bedroom at? Now, what I'm about to tell y'all next, it ain't no shot at anybody that might be living like this right now. Hell, when I was younger, I slept on an air mattress. So he said he ended up going upstairs, right? And she said my room was right there to the left. When he opened the door, there's nothing in this room but a dresser, like a dresser right here on the wall, right? A whole bunch of weaves and wigs and makeup and lotions and stuff. And then there's an air attention for all my book readers out there that can appreciate a good read. Make sure you check out this phenomenal read called Long-Winded. It's action-packed and full of mystery and twists and turns. To get your copy, make sure you click on the link that's pinned at the top of the comment section. Contact me for promotions. Mattress right here. So he say he looking around and he like, I came from Brooklyn to Detroit for all this. This what he said to his head. So he like, man, then you got all these kids. So he looking around. So he put his bag down and he sitting on the bed. So he said he whip out his phone and he get on Facebook and, you know, he conversate with his homeboys. And they ask him like, yo, what's up? What's going on? And blah, 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 blah. He's like, man, yeah, I made a mistake, dog. This chick busted, man. So he putting all her business out, telling his homeboys he messaging his homeboys, right? He dogging her, right? So now it get to the point where she end up coming upstairs with some Popeyes. So she get him like a leg of thigh and a biscuit and some gravy and mashed potatoes. So he eating it. She was like, you okay? He was like, yeah, I'm all right. It's just like, you know, you lied to me. She was like, what you mean I lied to you? He like, first you tell me you got a condo. You tell me you got I'm almost 100% sure you ain't got no Benz. And, you know, you talking about your baby daddy's ate in your life and you ain't had no kids. And it's like, yo, you lied to me. Like, why did you do all that? So she like, well, I don't know. I liked you and that's why. So he was like, listen, if this gonna work, you gotta be honest with me. You just gotta be real, man. Is there anything else you gotta tell me or I'm gonna have to get out of here? She like, all right, there's one more thing. He like, what is it? She was like, don't be mad at me. He was like, what's up? She was like, listen, I got herpes. He was like, what? She said, yeah, I got herpes. He was like, yesterday, we did it without no protection. Is that why when I asked to go down on you, you told me no. And every time I got the kissing on your stomach, you kept like pulling me back. Are you serious? She was like, listen, I had an outbreak, but I just felt, he said, so you telling me you gave me herpes? Is that what you telling me? You gave me herpes? Is that is my word. She was like, no. But what I'm saying, it's like only 10% chance that you could get it. He said, you know what? That's what I get. That's what I get. She like, why? I'm married. She was like, you what? He like, yeah, I'm married. She like, so you been lying to me too? He said, whoa. That ain't even got nothing to do with anything. She was like, so where do your wife think you at? He was like, that ain't even, you know what? Hey, listen, I already see where this going. I need for you to pay for my bus ticket back. She was like, you think I'm about to pay for your bus ticket back? Are you crazy? You about to get out of my house. He like, what? She like, yeah, you better get out of my house. You need to go now before I call one of my baby daddies. You like, call one of your baby daddies for what? And to do what? She was like, oh, you think I'm playing with you? Let me get on this phone. So she get on the phone. He grabbed the phone and they get to tussling. He like, man, you got me down here in Detroit. I'm thousands of miles away from home and you trying to set me up. She's like, let me go. Now she's yelling, let me go. Now you remember I told y'all her kids is ratchet, right? So the daughter coming in like, you better get your hand off my mama. You better get your hand off my mama. The 15-year-old boy come in there. The kids come in there. The neighborhoods come in there. The neighborhood kids come in there. And they were like, man, you better get your hand off her. Get your hand. So they in there trying to jump him. So he helped him grab his bag and he helped him get up out of there, right? So he running. You got the neighbor. He got about 15 teenagers on his heels trying to go hands on with him. So he getting away and he like throwing jabs like, man, y'all better watch out. Y'all better get back, right? So he ended up getting over there by Osborne High School. So he get over there, he sit on the steps, and he get on the phone. He call his homeboys like, hey, y'all need to pull something together, man. Y'all, I got to get a bus ticket, man. This chick tripping, man. Her kids are trying to jump on me and everything. I need to get back to the crib. So his homeboys, they come together and they end up putting a ticket in for him. So he's looking around like, dang, how the heck I'm going to get to the Greyhound station? I don't even know where the Greyhound station is. So he say he just get to walking. So he say as he walking, he asked her like, hey, do y'all know where the Greyhound station at? They like, well, shoot, it's downtown Detroit and this and that. And he like, well, can I have some money? Do y'all got any money or whatever, like for me to get there or whatever? And people are like, no, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, he keep walking. So it's getting late. It's maybe about 9 o'clock. So he like, you know what? I'm not walking all the way downtown, man. So he look at a GPS and they say he got a 2-hour and 30-minute walk. And he like, nah, I'm not walking. I'm not walking. So he does what Brooklyn dudes do. He end up getting masked up. He ended up taking one of his shirts out, putting it right here, found a paper bag, like he had a hammer, right? He goes into a gas station. Give me all your money. Give me all your money out of the register right now. Right? So he says when he does that, he get the money and he get the running. He get the going, right? So then he said he calls a taxi cab when he get out the area. He calls a taxi cab and say, hey, I need a ride to I need a ride to the Greyhound station. So he pays the taxi cab guy. He ended up catching the next day bus back to New York. Cool. So now when he get to New York, his wife like, where you been? He like, listen, baby, I've been locked up. I've been in Rikers for the last 3 days. She said, why you didn't call me? Like, I've been worried sick about you. He like, I know, baby. I'm just stressed out. For the people that don't know what's going on to this point right here, he disappeared. He done met this chick from Detroit on the internet, stepped out on his wife, didn't tell her nothing. He just left. And then he just popped back up and tell her he was locked up at Rikers Island. Now, here's where the story get crazy. His wife is a good woman. She be on his back about him getting a job and stop being so childish hanging out with his friends. All they do is just walk down and up the street drinking and blowing. That's it. While she go to work, she got 2 jobs at a diner doing waitressing. She the one holding it down, right? So she's telling him like, listen, wherever you was at, I don't even care. But you need a job or I'm leaving you. I'm just going to leave you. So he like, what you mean you going to leave me? She like, because I can't deal with this, man. You disappear for 3 or 4 days and without letting me know. And I'm tired of this. So he was like, well, what you mean? She was like, listen, I don't want to, we going to get a divorce if you don't change. So he like, well, can I get some? She like, get some of what? He like, can I get some? So she was like, man, okay, come on, let's go upstairs. Let's go. Because she was about to go to work. Now, he know that this woman told him that she had herpes, that he could potentially have it too. He ended up being intimate with his wife. Of course, they never use protection anyway, but they ended up being intimate. About 6 months later will pass. Baby girl is pregnant. We're not talking about the girl in Detroit. We're talking about baby girl, his wife. They got to do the tests and all that, all the STD tests and all that, right? Here's the thing. They tell her that she has been exposed to herpes. They tell her that you don't got it necessarily, but you have been exposed to it. So she tripping. She like, who you done F? Who you done F, right? I ain't F nobody. Okay, we get a divorce. We get a divorce. So he like, well, maybe you caught it by sitting on the toilet or something. They say you could catch, herpes if you was washed up with somebody else's cloth or something that got it, whatever. She ain't going for it. He tries to get in the car with her to go back to the crib. She won't let him. She just drive off. He like, for real? You gonna leave me? I bet. So as she's pulling down the street, right, you see these 2 white guys approaching him. He ain't thinking nothing of it. They say, yo, so-and-so. He like, yeah, that's me, what's up? Turn around and put your hands behind your motherfucking back. He like, what's going on? You under arrest for armed robbery. He like, what, man, I ain't robbed nobody? Yeah, you did in Detroit. So now he get extradited. The wife like, I'm done with this dude. I'm done. Now, fast forward, now he in the cell next to me in the hole. Let me ask y'all a question. I just want to get the feel of the audience. Do y'all think that, and I know this silly, it might even sound crazy of me even asking y'all this. Do y'all think that the wife should continuously hold him down? They gave him 10 years, but they gave him 4 to 10 years because he pleaded out. They could have gave him 10 to 20 if he would have fought it, but y'all know how these plea deals work out. So they gave him 10 years max, right? So the question is, do y'all think that the wife should hold him down through his bed? Or do y'all think that she should divorce him and just kick him to the curb? I asked him about the situation. He said, yeah, I mean, she there, but at the same time, she ain't there. I know she's talking to somebody else. But, I just straight up told her on the phone, like, listen, if you got it, ain't no man gonna want you, so you might as well to hold me down anyway. Because you got herpes, so ain't nobody gonna want you anyway. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that his estranged wife should hold him down and not leave him? Or should she leave him? I want to know. I heard somebody else that got that say, like, well, I didn't leave this person because, yeah, they gave me this, but I didn't leave them because I don't think nobody else would want to be with me. Somebody told me that before too. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this video. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you leave me a tip. Also, if you forgot to hit the like button, make sure y'all smash that like button and share this video and hype the video. Make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list. I got some items in there that I need purchased. So y'all make sure y'all look out for y'all big partner. If you can't get enough of these stories, I made another channel. I'm gonna have that link pinned at the top of the comment section too and in the description. Until next time, take care.